trying to get their act together. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man! They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Showing the arm strength to the left. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. The Nittany Lions will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent. I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
Got it behind the line. It's Maffa. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this now.
Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this third and long from the 20. To the air, it's Klubnik. They're bringing heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. And it's right down the boulevard. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. The returner will field it and bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Here's the handoff. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Rifles it down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Nittany Lions are flying down the field. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and goal. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Penn State! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half. On to attempt to try. Back to throw. It's the fake, and he wants to throw. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion.
Clemson, 11.
The fair catch called for and made. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? Let's see what they do on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Lets it fly. And it's knocked away, incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Penn State, 16.
Clemson will send the punt team out.
11.
Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt.
To kick it away.
Makes a move. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
After giving up the punt return for the score, let's see if they have an answer on the kickoff. And here's the return. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Touchdown, Penn State! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
And that just might do it, man. Offense needed points. needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the returner is stopped. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Going deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync.
And a sack all the way back at the 5. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Fires left. A strike downfield. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback.
He unleashes a long one. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. What a defensive play to stop the scoring threat, make the interception, and then have the return go up near midfield.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Right down the middle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They'll put the tight end in motion. Trying play action. Going up top. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Looking to throw, it's Allard. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
I don't know about the play call there, guys. 3rd down, they're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, seeing if this guy can do something once he has it in his hands, but a better job of pursuit and tackling defensively, now setting up 4th.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes a grab enough for the first. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the punishment has been extended.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Bounced off his feet.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
Runs through a tackle, and he falls on top of his own fumble.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out.
Brings it down on the right side. And he breaks into the open. The 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.